All right, and I think now we're live. Welcome, everyone.
Hmm.
So here we are with another MAA, and we're going to be briefly talking about the hackathon, the upcoming event, which has been attracting so much attention from all over. So we're just going to briefly talk about this and also answer the questions if they pop up later in the Q&A part. Welcome, Grace. Welcome, Rebecca. Thanks for making time for this.
Hello there. Thank you for having me here. I'm very happy to be here and talk about the hackathon. It's such an amazing event that we're carrying on here. So, yeah, just tell me where to start. When to
Yeah, I
start?
would let's maybe get into the nitty-gritty of like where it's going to be, how it's going to be, what are the aspirations from near core, like what's the vibe around it right now, how are we preparing for this?
So it's a series of hackathons. We're starting with the first one that starts on the 27th. That's on Friday, and that's basically unlocking a whole series of numbers of events that are going to come not only to the end of this year but also next year. So we're very much focusing on building opportunities to bring developers together through hackathons, and this series really brings out a whole number of different things that we want to make sure the community is involved with. So we have created the hack notes to activate hack notes. I would explain that in more details if you want me to a little bit later. I don't know if you just want me to give you an overview or go in details of each one of these things.
I don't know. I think the overview would be good. I'm also personally interested in how the hack notes are going, how many we have, which countries those are. So this is something that I'm personally excited about. So yeah, sure.
We're all excited. So this is something. In an overview, then we are making sure that we have a series of them, like I said before, because we are kind of building on a theme as well. So we want to make sure that as we do one and one closes, the other one opens and starts building on maybe things that are all done from the past, and we'll start creating something new, and it will continue. So the series is it's very interesting and very important for us to make sure that we bring as many people and involve as many developers and teams, because we it's all about creating teams and developing together, right? So we want to make sure that we wouldn't exclude anyone. So that's the reason why it's done virtually, so online event. It's basically online. And the idea of having hack nodes or activations of the hack nodes was to actually, you know, bring people together into one physical event and have a chat and network and meet somebody else. We have been isolated for so long. It was when we talked about the hackathon series, it was like this is the greatest opportunity to start mingling with people and having this social interaction, right? But then there was always the sort of challenge and possibility that something will hit and we have to go back into lockdown or things like that. So we weren't sure to actually go into one direction or the other. Says let's have the flexibility. So if people can, in the locations where this hack node will be activated, if they can come together, obviously following all these COVID processes and rules and practices, then let's give them that opportunity. But if they can't, they still can be part of it and enjoy and be part of all the events that are along with the hackathons, meaning all the presentations, the kickoff events, the workshops, the demo days, and it has a whole number of different programs along with it.
Yeah, and I'm curious actually as for like what concerns workshops, who are going to be people who are supervisors or coaches, so to say. I don't know what is the terminology used there to navigate people, to help them, like to actually show what can be done and what kind of opportunities are out there. Are those developers or?
Well, yeah, there's a mixture of people. So one thing that is very particular about this series of hackathons is that it's done amongst various team members. So we have even community members and we have near core members working together in bringing this hackathon. Before it was almost something that only mostly the community team will be involved. But this time we have teams from other departments or other functions being part of this. And the part of workshops, which is something really interesting. And I love it because it's developed from like, if you know nothing about NEAR until you kind of, a little bit and you know a lot more. And now you can interact with, this bigger picture. it's done through the education department. So Sharif and his team, Shashi as well, have been very actively working in building that sort of knowledge throughout the hackathon.
Yeah, nice. That's very nice. And how big are the groups actually? Is it going to be decided like on ad hoc basis who is going to be working on which project, or is there like a set number of people that they want to have per opportunity or per workshop?
So we're really encouraging, groups to come together, and we want that. We want teams to be formed and around an idea, around a project, because that's basically how you would see this sustainably going forward, right? Only one person is probably very difficult to do it. So therefore, Vadim, part of our team, he's actually doing his magic with his application that he actually developed for this stuff to start matching people. So we have asked, anyone who actually registers and participates, kind of like where the interest and so on. And he's taking all that information and trying to kind of match people together. So you would see maybe interesting teams being formed, but also teams can be formed within a hack node as well. So we have these two sort of approaches to that.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Rebecca, you have any questions so far? Something to
It's more just maybe
We
about.
can't hear you, or at least I can't.
Really?
I can.
Oh no, I can't hear her at all.
Bane of my
So
existence.
I can't hear you.
This
I
is
only hear Sophia.
okay. Well, that's
As you should. I'll just over to you.
Why would it be like that?
no, I'm curious if it's like this for public as well. But yeah, Rebecca, if you want to say
Let's
something,
ask.
I can just
Sam, can you hear me?
Is it like this for the public as well?
I'm not sure.
Great.
What's happening, Rebecca?
Who knows?
Sam will hear you, Rebecca, as well. Okay, so I guess it's only for Grace then.
Oh, well, that's okay.
That is weird.
Okay.
But I
right.
hear you at least.
So, Sophia, you want to translate?
So maybe you can just tell me, Sophia, what did Rebecca say?
We said the same thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe you can put it in the chat so that Grace
I will.
as well. Yeah. And in the meantime, so just to confirm again, the hackathon is going to be running for a week, right? So as of Friday till next Friday, is that?
No, actually, it's like 12 days, 12, 13 days. So it's a little bit more. So it's until, no more than that, about 15 days. It's until the 12th of September.
Okay, no, that's quite some time. And what are the aspirations for NEAR Core? Like, what is the ideal outcome that you would be happy? Well, ideal is maybe too ambitious, but a good outcome.
No, but it's like, yeah, well, we do have our ideal outcomes, of course. We do want to bring a good number of developers into the awareness of how to build on NEAR. And that's our main goal. And this is a goal that we take very seriously. Until the end of the year, we want to make sure that we're very consistent in raising that awareness and bringing developers and providing all the tools that the developer need in order to get started, right? So one of the things that we're really proud of is that we have developed great tools to make it very, very easy for developers to kind of start creating their own stack within these tools, right? So that's one thing that we want to make sure we get out of this. The second thing is I love this activation, hack note activation. I mean, this is something that I feel like is very dear to our heart for the community team. And this was an idea just to get the community involved, right? So we are doing all these different hackathons. The community should be involved with that, and the community should be rallying around these hackathons as well. So we wanted to make it more participatory in that sense, so that the community can be the one kind of identifying who should come, who should participate, connecting with them, but also bringing partnerships that also be part of that can make the pool bigger of prices as well. So we have the opportunity for these hack notes to have their local flavor into it, right? So they can come and create an event to kick it off, let's say, with the live stream of the presentations that we will have for the kickoff meeting, but also to bring their own speakers. And maybe the speakers can be in their own language and have, kind of a theme that they want to develop further. So it gives the opportunity to have something very localized, something that is really particular to that hack node. In addition to it, so the developers who are hacking away, they have the opportunity to win prizes from a bigger pool. So they have the normal pool, which is, I think, it's 100,000 NEAR. Then you have the hack pool, the hack node pool for 200,000, and then you have the partners pool for another 200,000. And that creates kind of like, it really has a good motivation to really hack your way out and get some really good ideas forward, right? So there's enough resources for you to draw from and actually get these ideas forward, like I said, but more importantly, how these ideas will move forward. So there is a possibility that in the next hackathons, you can still build on that, or that you have already done enough that you're ready to seek for funding for, let's say, for grants in NEAR. So there's a whole number of different outcomes that can come out of this of the hackathon, and this is what we want to see. Like we haven't started yet, and we're really looking to demo day. Like, I really want to see who are the hackers out there, what are the groups that have been formed, and what ideas that are they working on.
Yeah. So there is one question from Rebecca, I think, which partially has been addressed already. Can you talk about the different kinds of challenges and opportunities to hack away at?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know the challenges in full detail, but I know that there are all kinds of challenges. We really want to make sure that there is a variety of different options for people. We want gamers to really have a good participation here. So there is a lot on the gaming side, a lot of obviously on the NFT side, and a lot of on the DAOs and governance. But gamers, I think, is probably one that this metaverse is really pushing forward to.
No, that's true. That's true. They're a big part of it. And maybe also one of the last questions for you: if I'm not a developer, can I still be involved in any way?
Absolutely. So, funny enough, I was looking at the registration and see how they're coming along. So we're about 1,200 registered participants already. So yeah, this is really great. I mean, this is so exciting. And when I was looking to see, who is part of this, like who's actually applying for this, obviously we have the developers, but there's a lot of entrepreneurs as well, because we kind of have them identified, and creatives as well, because this is the opportunity to bring sort of that different mindsets to come together as a team. And that's when the magic really happens, right? When you bring people from different backgrounds and different angles of viewing the life, and that's when things really happen. So
That's true. That's
so
true.
not necessarily you need to be a developer. You definitely can be part of this hackathon.
Yeah, I think that's a very important message to give out there, because a lot of people associate hackathons as a kind of like exclusively like technical. Yeah, Rebecca is cheering up there. Exclusively like activity, like for technical profiles, which is not the case, as we can see here. And I think indeed, as you, Grace, indicated yourself, it's great when people from different disciplines are coming together and starting to create common things. So yeah, that's great. But no, thank you for your time, and thank you for this light introduction and answering maybe one of the most important questions.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Grace.
So yeah, if anybody has any more questions that I didn't get to answer now, I'm definitely available. Just reach out to me in Telegram or in the forum or wherever. We'll definitely answer anything else. We're really excited. So I cannot tell you how much we want this community to be part of that excitement as well, and to be driving this. And that's the last thing I want to say before I go. It's that the whole idea is that all these hackathons are actually being organized by community members. So that's where we want to go. And these hack nodes are kind of like the way to get started in that direction.
No, that's a great initiative, and we're all very excited about it. So stay tuned with us for more news. And yeah, Grace, again, thank you very much for.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm sorry I cannot hear you. Thank you. How do I get out?
You just, I think, what about you just close the window?
I'll close the window. Just close it. Closing. Bye.
Bye.
There we go. So now we can chat, Rebecca, because I do.
I mean, at least someone hears me out in the void. This is hilarious. So yeah, that was a really great like overview and introduction. I've been kind of on the sidelines of hackathon things, so I've been like seeing messages come in because I mean, as you see my information here, it's kind of obvious maybe where I live. Community team came up a lot. It's a large team, a lot of people. So it was good to also get some like insider insight because the hackathon's a really big thing. It's been a really huge cooperative effort. And it also has this vision of happening, starting this Friday, August 27th, going until September 12th. But there's going to be another one in October, and there's going to be another one in December. So obviously we want people to be involved from the beginning, but then also if you're looking at it and you're like, oh, life doesn't work, I can't do it this time. Never fear. There's going to be another one in like 6 weeks. So it's just, we're like, hackathons are on the brain from now until like January, basically. But yeah, having started my experience with NEAR with the hackathon that happened in May, personally, I am very, very invested in what comes out as a result of this, because a lot of the projects that started in May or that I got introduced to then, one of them being Catalyst by Vital Point AI, which Sophia and I know quite well because we're working with Catalyst. More news on that when they have their mainnet launch soon. But here's your alpha leak. There's stuff happening. But then otherwise, like other creative endeavors that have resulted, like there were so many cool new DAOs that got created or guilds that get created as a result of the last hackathon that were focused on a lot of creative activities. So even though, and that's why I asked the question, just to really get Grace to really say, oh yes, we're focusing on devs. Obviously we want more devs in the ecosystem. Devs are integral to build things. But then also, you got to have the creative minds as well. We got to have that intersection in order to really build, create, market, display all of the cool things that everyone's doing. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting time. But what else is happening that's exciting, Sophia, particularly tomorrow? Should we tell them? Should we remind them?
Shall we remind them? So we are hosting another version of the Open Web Sandbox party, which is going to be fun. So we're featuring maybe one of the most exciting topics of the summer, but also one of the most controversial ones, because when it does come to governance, there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of concerns, a lot of things that people want to contribute to. So it's going to be Summer DAO, where we will be having a round table with our guest speakers from different DAOs or people who are just actively engaged in the community and helping to build this perfect, well, maybe nearly perfect governance, or at least something which is decentralized, which is democratic, and which is just for the community members, right? So this is what we're featuring for tomorrow. And just as a reminder, we do have a Twitter page where you can ask the questions. They do not necessarily have to be related to Sputnik DAO. If you have theoretical questions, if you're just new to NEAR and you want to know how Sputnik is and how this is special, how it's different from other blockchains, or you've heard something about the ecosystem treasury that is going to be active soon as well, and you want to contribute your ideas, or you want to ask questions about how this is going to be working, you're also very welcome at our event, because we will be having a Q&A part where people will be able to ask their questions.
Yeah, we like to keep things fresh at the monthly sandbox parties. So this being, it does truly feel like a hot DAO summer. It's a hot topic. It's a relevant one. And I don't know about where everyone else is in the world and whether it's summer or not for you, but it's been a really hot summer for me here in Canada, let me tell you. So it's hot in so many respects. And so having this round table, and then also because we kind of, Sophia was really good at finding people who are like at the core of the conversations unfolding right now. You might have seen them on the forum. It was a really hot topic on the forum just a few weeks ago, and still continues to be. But then also looking at anyone who is I don't know if they're claiming this title for themselves, but I'm anointing them with it. But DAOvocates, advocates for DAOs.
Yeah.
So hearing more about why they're so passionate about DAOs, why they're so passionate about governance, and because at this point also maybe we kind of assume, because we've been talking about DAOs so much within the NEAR ecosystem, that everyone knows what a DAO is, which might not be the case. So this is also a really good like introductory moment for anyone who's new to NEAR or new to blockchain, cryptocurrency, Web3 tech. Like this is gonna, it's probably gonna get maybe a little complicated at one point, but at least it'll start off like pretty open and welcoming in terms of you don't need to know too much about DAOs in order to understand what we're going to be talking about. We'll be sure to prime you with a bit of an introduction. And thankfully, we have my colleague James, who's been a feature at previous Sandbox parties as well, who's been talking a lot about the Sandcastle DAO, which is an experiment that started last month that is still ongoing, and there'll be more updates about that tomorrow. But knowing that when it comes to governance, when it comes to DAOs, we're always open to experimenting, trying new things. And it's truly a democratic and collective effort in that way, because everyone from Ilya to someone who just started in the ecosystem last week is welcome to join the conversation, to give their opinions. And who knows, you might have just made a comment on the forum, or you come to our event tomorrow and ask a well-pointed question. And you don't know where that's going to end up. It could actually be something that people really respond to, or it could spark a really spicy conversation. I mean, whether you want drama, we might have that. Who knows? Like it's a hot topic for a reason. We don't know what's going to happen with it. That's part of the fun.
Yeah,
and you can be part of that, which is also really cool.
Definitely.
So yeah, that is tomorrow. What time? What time do we have our parties?
5 p.m. Central European time it's going to be. And Rebecca, your time, it will be morning, right?
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. for me. Our Pacific Coast friends, so sorry. It's a little early for you. But we try and fit this in the time slot that has the ability to match across the world, which is what we always strive for here. But look at it this way: tomorrow and Friday, you have to look at the big picture here, because not only are you going to be celebrating Hot DAO Summer with us, 5 p.m. Central Eastern Time, but then you should probably also stick around for the NEAR Town Hall, which happens about 7-8 hours after that. So maybe people in Europe are kind of sleeping, or maybe you're so excited, you want to know what's happening with the Town Hall, you have to stay awake. That's cool too. And then following that, there's the opening ceremonies for the MetaBUIDL hackathon, which is, it's 9 a.m. my time on Friday. Mm-hmm. So that makes it 3 p.m. Central. So you could just be with us for all of these cool series of events, between starting with the Sandbox party, going to the town hall, then the opening ceremonies. It's a really like collect them all sort of feeling we have over the next couple of days. It's going to be a really cool but busy time. Yeah. So I'll drop the town hall registration link in the Discord, because I don't have it just at this moment. And then of course, to join the opening ceremonies, just register for the hackathon, and you'll get that information there too. And a reminder that the website for that is it's MetaBUIDL. so the L follows the D .splashthat.com. So yeah, are there any questions from folks about what's to come this week? So if you do have a question, you can send it in our chat and we will address this now. But I think to wrap it up, mostly we're very excited about this long weekend, which is going to be with many events featuring different things. It's really busy here. A lot of things are happening, and we're obviously very excited about all of them. So we got to enjoy the next following days. Thank you, and look forward to this amazing week. Yeah, definitely. Yes, hope to see you there at all the things as usual. But then also, of course, just in the sandbox, we're processing all of the really awesome reward claims and work that has been going on over the past month, and it's really exciting to see how many, like, what everyone's been up to. I kind of look at it that way, as people are paying me to look at their reward claims. I'm like, oh yeah, that was you who posted that meme. It was you who did that. And we have also the ongoing. I think the rewards we maybe want to push the most are the ones where we hear feedback from you. Mm-hmm. So there's still the opportunity to claim for the general contributor feedback survey. There's, of course, all upcoming opportunities where we'll also be soliciting your feedback. So keep an eye out for that, because we do kind of keep the base rewards the same month to month, but September, there might be the addition of new ones. So keep an eye out, and also appreciate the patience everyone has with as we figure out the quality, the new quality guidelines starting this month. Really appreciate patience as we go through that together, just to make sure that the sort of work that we're putting out there is what the community appreciates, wants to see, and also is appropriate for everyone, that we can all feel proud of it, right? So we'll just keep those conversations going. You know how to reach us. And also looking forward to seeing everyone at the 3-barrel events that we have starting with our party.
Nice. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much for
Thank you, Sophia.
So see each other tomorrow at the party, and the rest have a good day. And yeah, stay tuned with us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.